Hey, what's going on? X's and O's on the KFAN Minnesota Vikings Radio Network is underway off a victory against the Carolina Panthers into a game against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Minnesota Vikings head coach Mike Zimmer joins us for X's and O's provided by U.S. Bank, honoring the Vikings' 60 greatest fans this season. The NFL shut down all facilities Monday and Tuesday. So you're scheming the Jags from home. Is adapting kind of second nature for coaches because that's like what you do during games?
Yeah, this is a little different, honestly. You know, we got to try and watch film together from all different places. And, and then we have to talk to one of the coaches about putting it together on the game plan so we can all see it. And, and then make tweaks here and there. So it's different for sure. At least on game day, we're all close together.
Yeah. Are you familiar with the name Land Clark? Land Clark.
I am.
Yeah, he's your referee this week. He's going to be the referee this weekend. He's a first-year ref. It's the first time he's had one of your games. How do you handle that when you have minimal past performances with your team and like somebody new?
Yeah, well, it's a very high penalty throwing crew. I think they're third in the league about throwing number of penalties. So, we're just going to have to adjust and adapt during the game. But they do call a lot of penalties.
In the Carolina game, rough day for the boys up front at certain stages of the game offensively, but they kept the pocket nice and clean for Cousins at the end of the game, and that's part of the equation too. I mean, they came up big at the end.
Yeah, that was big. The last part of the game, Kirk had plenty of time. We were getting receivers out, chance to get him open, and he made plays.
Ever had a game as a coach or a coordinator where you had two defensive touchdowns and didn't win?
No, the percentages of if you score on defense is about 85%, I think. So we beat the odds that time.
Yeah, and speaking of defensive touchdowns, hide the women and children with this one on X's and O's. The Vikings have no defensive touchdowns this season. No chance we finish with 0 defensive touchdowns, right?
Shoot, Paul, I hope not. We're trying to get a little bit better every week.
Yeah, maybe, I don't know, maybe you instruct the corners, get out there, jump some routes, do something like that, see what happens?
Yeah, they need to start getting some interceptions. They haven't had any yet this year. Our linebackers have 6, I believe.
And speaking of those corners with Jeff Gladney, with his tackling, and I know it was good at TCU, but like what has improved with his awareness and his tackling in such a hurry? It's just gotten really good.
I think the biggest thing, Paul, is the thing where he understands the different combinations of what he's supposed to do in the offense. And then, that kind of quickens up your reaction time. He's a good, tough young kid, and he's starting to see a little bit more, the vision's starting to get a little bit wider now. So those are all good.
What was Dantzler a good tackler in college, and is that coming together with him?
None of them were good tacklers in college. None of these corners were good tacklers in college.
Why?
I don't know, but they weren't. None of them. I'm not
like
talking
spread
about
out game.
I'm not talking about just our guys. I'm talking about all of them.
Yeah. That's obviously a markedly different game. And speaking of rookies, Jaguars rookie James Robinson has 194 carries. The next closest running back on their team has 7. So what kind of offense they're running down there?
Well, they are, it's a lot of RPOs, a lot of the RPO stuff, open up formations, but they'll get in, they'll have some hardball runs. They've got use a lot of tight ends. They'll have 3 tight ends on the field at sometimes, and then they'll spread them out. The quarterback does a nice job as well. So, but yeah, he's a good hard runner from Illinois State. Tight ends from Illinois State.
Yeah. Well, which means you undoubtedly will instruct Kendricks and the rest of the boys to not tag Robinson or O'Shaughnessy as hard as they can because Illinois State's your alma mater, right?
Well, that is my alma mater, but that's not what I'm going to tell them. No.
Yeah, you're trying to win games too. And, oh, wait a second. You were a quarterback at Illinois State. What before you messed up your thumb? What led you to coaching defense?
Well, I was actually playing defense when I hurt my neck. So after I hurt my thumb, they moved me to defense, and then I hurt my neck, and I was playing defense at the time.
What kind of quarterback were you? Were you Fran Tarkenton-esque or like Marino, sit in the pocket, throw it 70 on a dime?
I was a tough competitor and a good leader. How's that?
Yeah. You ever go up to Kirk and say, look, I've done this at a high level. When you start talking about like quarterback play and stuff.
Yeah, we don't talk much about that.
Yeah. Mike Zimmer, head coach of the Minnesota Vikings, X's and O's on the KFAN Minnesota Vikings Radio Network. These Jags have lost 10 in a row. I'd imagine at this stage of the equation, I mean, you don't have to like pound into these kids. Hey, they've lost 10 in a row. They're 1-10. Let's not take anything for granted, right?
Well, I think the big thing for us, Paul, this week is, number one, we're trying to get back to 500. That's the number one important thing. And then secondly, this is all about us playing really good football. Jacksonville has had a lot of games that they've lost by 2 points. And, they've had many chances to win games. So we have to play good football, which we didn't do at times last Sunday. And, and then we gotta get back to 500. That's the mission right now.
And with the Jaguars, they allow almost 30 a game. They only have 11 sacks. I'd imagine they're missing first round corner, a guy I'm pretty sure you liked a lot, C.J. Henderson.
Yeah, CJ, he was playing earlier in the year. He's a long corner that has got good speed. I saw him make a lot of plays when he was playing earlier this year for Jacksonville.
Now, quarterback Mike Glennon, the only time you played him, Barr walked off, and you won in overtime at Tampa your first year. They've used 3 quarterbacks this season down there. Overall, Cole, Chark, whatever. What do you respect about their passing game?
Well, Jay Gruden's always done a great job with all the different schemes when he was at Washington and also in Cincinnati. They are very they'll get a bunch down the field. They've got a lot of down the field throws. They get in a lot of different formations, quads. They'll put 4 receivers on one side. They're really good with the screens. And then they've got a lot of 3-level routes that they work, and then the RPOs come off of it. So the quick game. So we're going to have to defend the whole field.
At this stage, statistically, you have the best rookie receiver in the NFL in Justin Jefferson. They took Laviska Shenault from Colorado in the second round, number 10 for the Jags. Is he coming together for them?
Yeah, he's doing a really good job. They use him in a lot of different ways. They'll use him on rockets. They'll put him in the backfield. They'll also line him up, obviously, as a receiver. He playing more slot than anything, but he does a really nice job. Tough, hard runner, good after the catch.
You let your corners loose a little bit against Carolina, didn't you? I mean, some good man coverage against very good receivers.
Yeah, it's time to grow up a little bit, I guess.
When they know that's the plan coming up to the game, how excited are they?
I don't really, the plan changes so much. They have to be ready for all the different coverages, and then, the game kind of dictates how it goes. But, it was nice to see Danzler make a play on a long ball. Glad he made a play on an over route early in the game. So, they need to continue to do those kind of things, and good things will happen for them.
We get to talk about Tom Brady next week. Doesn't that excite you?
Hey, Paul, we're talking about the Jacksonville Jaguars this week. That's all we're talking about.
On to Jacksonville, says Coach Zimmer. Thank you very much, and best of luck this weekend. Thank you for helping us with X's and O's, and we'll chat soon, okay?
Okay, Paul, have a good day.